Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have some new Nintendo Switch 2 rumors and some new updates for Scarlet and Violet as well. There's a lot of stuff to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, just some quick Pokemon Scarlet and Violet updates to take a look at. The new Terra Raid event is now live. Celebi here tweeting out, saying, Celebi update, the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet Terra Raid battle event featuring Brute Bonnet and Iron Hands is now live. It runs until the 24th of March at 23:59 UTC. And then this is the information about this raid events. Obviously there's different star like Brute Bonnets and stuff, but the main thing is that the moves that it has are Spore, Seed Bomb, Payback, Stomping Tantrum. The additional moves are Sunny Day and Taunt. No Herba Mystica. Oh no, there is a 3% chance for Herba Mystica as well, so it looks like that is going to be hopefully the norm now, where these Terra Raids are actually going to have Herba Mystica as a potential drop. It's not as good as the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur raids because you had every single Herba Mystica with a 3% drop, whereas in this one you only have the sweet Herba Mystical, but it's still something, you know, like before we would get nothing in these kind of event raids, so it's very, very nice that they now obviously have them. So yeah, this one's obviously level 75. This one's level 75 as well, and yeah, you can get Sweet Herba in that as well. So this is the one for Pokemon Scarlet. Pokemon Violet, though, we of course have Iron Hands, who has Quark Drive ability. The moves are Wild Charge, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Heavy Slam. The additional moves are Electric Terrain and Rock Slide, and that also has a 3% chance for a Sweet Herba Mystica as well, with the Terra type of grass as well. So yeah, obviously another chance to get some Herba Mystica. You can't really complain. Bottle caps, everything like that, so that's quite nice. But yeah, obviously nowhere near as good as the Kanto starter raid event. So that's the first thing to go over, just the Scarlet and Violet updates. Next up, we've got some really cool theories to take a look at on the Pokemon Legends ZA Reddit page. There's three really good theories here. So this is the first one posted by I don't know how to pronounce their name, so I do apologize, but this is titled, is Legend ZA in the past or the future? This person is saying, you know, it's definitely in the past. People who are vying for it being set in the future only really have two main points. So firstly, but what about the trailer? Look at the existence of light features. This doesn't make sense because it's specifically white on a blue background. You know what's white on a dark blue or background? A blueprint. The trailer is so obviously a 3D representation of a blueprint. It has to be in 3D because Pokemon is a 3D series as of now. And well, they had to do something interesting with the trailer. Also, the top-down view in the trailer is Lumiose City as we see it in X and Y. So saying the phrase redevelopment plan proves this is set in the future really means nothing. There was also a real-life Paris redevelopment which lines up with the Meiji restoration, the time period Legends Arceus is based on. Secondly, a lot of people who believe that Pokemon Legends Z8 will be in the future bring up that there's only been one Legends game so far, so nothing's set in stone yet. And actually, I agree. The problem is that it applies no matter what your opinion is. When discussion happens, one thing is hate. The most is when people have the same amount of evidence for a theory, but act like there is more likely than the other person's because it's theirs. And so at the end of the day, I'm sorry if this came off as rude or condescending, because the truth is there isn't very much evidence either way, and a lot of this time that's the biggest problem when it comes to speculation for a game there's only one trailer for. So I believe that ZA will be set in the past because of what I've shared in this post, but I'd still like to know what you think. So obviously some really good points there as to why it must be set in the past. And I also think that it is going to be set in the past. I think it's going to start in the past 100%, but I do think there are going to be characteristics of it being in the future as well. Like we've seen from the trailer, there are certain locations in that trailer, like the it's like the grooming shop where you can take like Furfrou and stuff like that. Like that is seemingly in the trailer. And, you know, if that shop is in blueprints, then it obviously hasn't been made yet. So if it was in the future, like that shop exists in like present day X and Y, and so if it's in the blueprints to be made, it has to be before present X and Y, which is a good reason as to why it's going to be set in the past, because the shops that are in X and Y are on blueprints in Legend ZA. So yeah, I think it 1000% takes place in the past, like or at least we start in the past. And the fact it is a Legends game as well. Like again, we can only compare it to Legends Arceus, which is set in the past, but when you talk about a legend, it is kind of talking about something that has already happened or something that in the past, you know, you wouldn't describe something in the future as a legend. So yeah, that's another reason as to why it's very likely in the past. But there are also other things as well as why it could be in the future, but there's a lot more things that outweigh it being in the past than being in the future. But I'm still hoping that we have both of them as an option. We go back in the past and we also go forward into the future as well. But either way, that's kind of some reasons as to why it's set in the past. We have this really good one about Celebi as well. So we have Celebi might play a role in Legends ZA, and here is why I think that. So I was looking through the legendaries and mythicals that can be found transferred to Scarlet and Violet, and the only ones that cannot be sent to those games aside from the Ultra Beasts are Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. So no surprise here, although Diancie, Hooper, and Volcanion can be transferred. So obviously the Generation 6 legendary Pokemon, Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde, cannot be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They're some of the only legendaries that cannot be present in the game. You cannot transfer them in from Pokemon Home. You cannot catch them in the game. They may come in raids later on down the line, but it is very, very unlikely at this point. So obviously that makes sense. Like, as of the time that we obviously played Scarlet and Violet, and we were like, why are the Generation 6 legendaries not in the game? Now it obviously makes a lot of sense because the next game is going to be in Generation 6. Or maybe not the next game, we could get a game this year, but the next game they've announced is going to be Generation 6, so that makes sense. However, though, Celebi is the only one of two mythicals that cannot be sent to Scarlet and Violet, a Pokemon known to be able to time travel. And then Zeraora also can't be transferred, and name starts with Z and ends with A. I mean, I think that last one's probably a little bit of a coincidence, but Celebi is an interesting one because, it's one of the only mythicals that cannot be sent to Scarlet and Violet, and yeah, it has a lot of kind of, well, it's the time travel Pokemon, so a lot of people are now theorizing that, well, if obviously the legends aren't in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that are going to be in the next game, maybe Celebi is also going to be in the next game because it's not in Scarlet and Violet. So it does make sense, like every other legendary barring the Ultra Beast is pretty much in the game, apart from the Pokemon that have got a game coming out about them soon. So why is Celebi not in the game as well? It could be because there's a new Johto game potentially coming out this year. Highly unlikely because obviously the beasts and stuff are in Scarlet and Violet, but it could be something to think about. And then Z has Zygarde's pattern and colors, and the A is green with some grass and plant pattern on the bottom and almost white / very light green at the top, Celebi's colors. So yeah, that's also a very interesting part as well, because the Z is obviously about Zygarde, but the A, the fact that it's got grass on it and stuff like that, and especially if we do get to go to the past and the future, that would be more of a reason for Celebi to have some sort of appearance in this game, because it can time travel us to the past and future. Like, some people think it might be some item that we use, but it could just very well be Celebi transporting us back in time and forwards in time. So yeah, the fact that there's grass and stuff on the A as well is also very, very interesting. So I don't know, it could be a reason as to why Celebi might be in the game, and it might actually play a big part in it. You'd expect Hooper to have more of a part though, because it is a Generation 6 Pokemon, and as well as that, it does create like wormholes and time distortion thingies, so that makes more sense. But Celebi I think would be a really cool Pokemon to see in Pokemon Legends ZA, 100%. I think so anyway. Anyway, that's that. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think Celebi's going to make an appearance? And then moving on, we also have Kalos, the World Tree, and Legends ZA. So this is another theory. Sorry, that theory was by Henshin Nexus. This one is by Downtown Associate 10. And they're saying, since the myths in the Kalos region revolve around this word here, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, which is a giant tree that with an eagle on top, maybe Yveltal elk who chill near the bottom, which could be Xerneas, and a snake being Zygarde who chews on its roots. The Z clearly stands for Zygarde because it even has Zygarde's pattern on it. The A in the name has a leafy pattern to it, which is of course what we've just discussed, which could represent a new legendary Pokemon based on this tree. The French word for the tree also starts with the letter A, being arbre. I really think this could be a big part of the Pokemon Legends ZA's myths thought. So this is a really good idea as well. There's also a squirrel that delivers messages between the serpent and the eagle, while the A legendary could be the tree itself. I'm hoping for the squirrel. So yeah, that could be another legendary that potentially we could see. So this grassy thing on the A, it could be about Celebi, it could be about a new legendary, the squirrel could be a new legendary. There's a lot of kind of theories and stuff suggesting that we could be seeing some potential new legendary Pokemon. We might not even get a new legendary. I don't think we got a new legendary in Legends Arceus, barring the new forms and stuff. So we might just get forms for Yveltal and Xerneas and stuff like that, and not an actual brand new legendary. I think it'd be cool to see a new legendary, especially because as of right now, we're not going to get a new Pokemon unless we get like a mythical for Gen 9, like another one, which again Riddler-Ku did talk about. So unless we get that, we're not going to get a new Pokemon until next year. So yeah, hopefully we do get one, and that's if we don't get a game this year and there's a new Pokemon in Legends ZA, barring like forms and mega evolutions and stuff. So yeah, could be this squirrel thing, it could be something else. Either way, moving on, we do have some new Pokemon Go updates to take a look at. So this was just announced yesterday. So Celebi update, the Pokemon Go Sizable Surprises event has been announced. It includes Shiny Wimpod into the game. It runs from the 4th of April through to the 9th of April 2024. So these are all the boosts and stuff that you can get in this. So obviously starts 10 AM local time, so we can get Shiny Wailmer. Obviously that's already in the game, but Shiny Wimpod is making its debut into Pokemon Go. So that's obviously really nice. Wimpod's got a really nice shiny as well. Also, as well as that, these are some really good bonuses. So 2 times XP catch bonus with nice throws or better. So, you know, for an excellent, instead of 1,000, you'll get 2,000, yada, yada, yada. But it's only nice and above. So if you just do a normal throw and it doesn't get anything, then that won't be double XP. Then you also have an increased chance to encounter extra, extra small and extra, extra large Pokemon. Definitely a reason to play this because, obviously, for your showcases and stuff, it's really nice to have extra, extra large Pokemon because obviously it gives you more of a chance of winning. And then increased chance to encounter Shiny Wailmer as well. The increased spawns for wild Pokemon are Diglett, Mantine, Wailmer, Joltik, Tynamo, Cutiefly, Wimpod, and Cetoddle. And then some trainers might even encounter Onix and Snorlax. And of course, Cetoddle and Tynamo still cannot be shiny in Pokemon Go. And then as well as that, we have 1-star raids being Foongus, Clink, Esper, and Tadbulb. The 3-star raids, we can have Alolan Exeggutor, Galarian Weezing, Gyarados, and Snorlax. And then in 5-star raids, we have Celesteela and Kartana, which can both be shiny. Celesteela's in the southern hemisphere, Kartana's in the northern hemisphere, but obviously you can just do remote raid passes. And then in the Mega raids, we have Mega Charizard X. And then finishing things off, in field research tasks, we can get Onix, Snorlax, Wailmer, Tynamo, Cutiefly, and Wimpod. And then, of course, collection challenges and showcases as well. So a really nice event coming up for Pokemon Go very, very soon. I just want to quickly say, though, I just got the update for, like, the new kind of appearance and everything. It looks so, so bad. It does not look good at all. I really hope they change it because it looks so, so bad. I don't know if you've had the update yet, but my lord, it is shockingly bad. Like, it literally makes us look like dolls and stuff. It's really, really weird. Anyway, moving on, we also had this update today as well. So we have Pokeexperto here tweeting out saying the images from the next episode of the Pokemon Horizons anime looks like Sprigatito is going to be evolving. I mean, they already spoiled that it was going to be evolving in the poster or whatnot, but it looks like next week it is actually going to be evolving. You know, Sprigatito's here jumping through the sky, and then you have the evolution lines coming out of it. So yeah, looks like we're going to get Florigato in next week's episode of the Pokemon Horizons anime. But anyway, that's all the Pokemon stuff. Let's finish today's video off with some more Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. This was posted on the 15th of March. On the Gaming Bible, it said Nintendo Switch 2 leak specs tease a huge step up in power. So there's been a little bit of a discussion about this already that we've covered in previous videos, but we now have like a few more people coming out and talking about it. So the Nintendo Switch still holds up fantastically as a console, yet we're certainly not against seeing some of its specs improved in a potential Nintendo Switch 2. While some games run very well on the console, the graphics of others leave something to be desired, but Nintendo's flagship console could soon be getting a major overhaul. It's been rumored for quite some time that a Nintendo Switch successor, colloquially referred to as the Nintendo Switch 2, is set to launch in either 2024 or 2025, with the latter being more likely. It stands to reason that this console will be announced at a major Nintendo Direct sometime this year. I don't even know if it will be at a major Direct. I think they might just... I don't know if it will be at a Direct. It might be something, but it might not be in like a brand new Nintendo Direct. As we near this likely reveal, rumors surrounding the console's capabilities are ramping up, with the latest T-specs suggesting a big step up in power. So as reported by Tweaktown, a YouTuber and leaker, Moore's Law is Dead, claimed in a recent video that the Nintendo Switch 2 will use Nvidia's AI-powered DLSS rendering, which should offer boosted image quality. If you're not familiar, DLSS is a type of upscaling technology. Then Moore's Law is Dead then added that Nintendo has reportedly passed on utilizing Nvidia's Ada Lovelace architecture in favor of the Ampere chip, which is more cost-effective. The YouTuber explained that Nintendo could be using a custom chip utilizing some of the Lovelace's efficiency. So Tweaktown added that Nintendo is widely believed to be collaborating on a custom Nvidia T230 chip featuring an 8-core ARM A7 8C CPU with an integrated GeForce GPU based on the GeForce RTX 30 series Ampere architecture. There's a lot of technical mumbo-jumbo, but the must-known conclusion to take away is that this is a far better than that's on offer for the current iteration of the Nintendo Switch. It's also rumored that the Nintendo Switch 2 could be able to support ray tracing, and thanks to the use of NVIDIA technology. It'll be exciting to finally see the rumored console in action, that's for sure. So yeah, a few more people kind of just talking about these chips and stuff that they're probably going to be using. A lot of talk about these custom chips that they're going to be using. It's cost effective, but it is still a lot better than the Nintendo Switch, which you'd expect. You know, the Nintendo Switch came out 7 years ago. Like, you'd expect the Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called to be a lot better. And yeah, again, it's just still rumors at the end of the day. Take it with a grain of salt. But, you know, a lot of people are reporting on this. A lot more leakers and credible insiders and stuff like that are all coming out talking about it. So it's just getting more and more likely. Again, still not really an idea on when this is going to get announced. Some people think it's going to be in the summer. It could be earlier. It could be later. But hopefully we get some Pokemon news with that as well. Because, like I say, Pokemon right now is just a little bit dead. Which isn't great. But either way, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered in today's video. Obviously, make sure to do the raids if you are wanting to. Like, make sure you try and get that Herbert Mystica or whatnot. What are your thoughts on all these different theories for Legends ZA as well? Do you think it's going to be in the past or the future? Do you think that Celebi is going to make an appearance? And also, do you think we could be getting a new Legendary because of this World Tree? Or do you think it is just going to be new forms for Xerneas Yveltal? Or do you think we're just not going to get anything Legendary related at all? Obviously, make sure to get ready for the Pokemon Go event, and then what are your thoughts on Sprigatito evolving next week, and also the Nintendo Switch 2 updates as well. That's everything from me, though. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. But yeah, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.